Hey guys, my name is Heather Step, and have you ever come to the end of a lesson and you've got a lot of extra time left that you could be playing a game, but you are stuck Googling ESL online games and you can't quite find the right one? Well, I've got a solution for you. You can create your own based on the lesson that you've done, which is what I've been doing this week, right? So basically with my Chinese job, I was given, do the whole week, anything to do with Chinese New Year, but it's an hour lesson, right? So even though I've got some material, it's not enough. I need to fill up that hour. So this is how I did it. And just make this smaller so you can see what's going on here. Okay, so what I was doing was I was using Katie Prescott. She has something called a Bridge Academy, and she has all sorts of seasonal celebrations. So if you go to Lunar New Year, this is what I've been doing, right? She had one on the zodiac animals, the Great Race, which is a story of how these animals had a race, and then celebrations around the world, right? So I have done that one on Monday, I did that one on Wednesday, and I'm planning to do this one, tomorrow. So right now, I'll show you what I've done for the Canva, and I'll show you how to get there, right? So Canva AI, you basically go to canva.com/AI. This is my third one that I'm going to be doing now, but just to show you what I did for the other two. For the China's zodiac animals, I said create a lesson with a series of interactive worksheets, the vocabulary, those are animals. And then there's the actions, and then we're going to do a drag and drop, fill in the sentence, a rabbit can hop, a rooster can fly, and so on, right? And I'll show you how it landed up. Here, I introduced the animals, and this was such a nice touch that there's a Chinese word on the back. And then I had the actions, right? Interesting, I corrected this one. They had something that did not look like jump, and I asked them to correct it, and they give me another image, which is not perfect, but it's okay. And I think for Canva, it looks like they really use the emojis a lot, and they're not really good with images, which is a pity, but, we've got to work with what we've got here. And there we go, like a rabbit can hop, and you would drag and you would fill it in and carry on like that. Okay. And then what I did today, by the way, that worked really well. I got very ambitious with my 6-year-old kids, and I'm going to teach them ordinal numbers. No, that didn't really work, but I think it would work with older kids, right? They like the board game. But I don't think they really got the first, the second, the third. Well, they know 1 and 2 and 3. They know that one. But it's kind of a push for them to do the ordinal numbers. And then they did understand about swimming and not swimming. The animals, swim? Yes? No? Yeah, they got that. So, you can see I had, all the dice, and then it moves 6 places, and then you say what position is the snake, answer 6. So it's actually quite a cool game, and then you would take the next person and roll the dice, and you could have 4 players. So I have 3 kids in this class, and the max I've had is 4. Okay, sometimes they do add more, but I was allowing for 4 people for this game. Okay, and you would carry on like that. That didn't go down really well because they didn't that was not appropriate for their age, the ordinal numbers. But they got this one about can it swim, can it not swim. Okay. So, for instance, they know that a dog, it can swim, right? And you would carry on like that. Yeah, and Okay, so those were the 2 that I did. And then just a demonstration of what I want to do tomorrow, right? Tomorrow's lesson is all about these countries and what they do in the different countries to celebrate New Year. So I've already typed it all up. I want to teach the flags and an interactive game where you match the flags to the countries and teach some vocabulary of each country, and then you're going to match them. So guys, let's see how this will come out. Okay, and it starts spurting out all this code, which is amazing, and it doesn't mean anything to me. I'm not a coder. I have no idea what it means. And yeah, I think that is kind of the difficult thing here, because I don't know what's going on. But I am keeping all of this very separately on Canva. If there are any security issues, it's Canva's problem, right? So it's all completely on Canva's website. That's another thing to bear in mind. Okay. Okay, let's just see what's going to happen here and how it's going to come out. Okay, so I recorded this earlier, but unfortunately my microphone was not on. But I just want to show you what did come out. As you can see, the images were not that fantastic. That Korean flag looks a bit strange. And then when I went to match the flags, the images of the flags were not there. So I was a bit disappointed about that, but I thought, okay, let's try and give it some more feedback, and let's see if I can change that, right? So then I went back into the chat, and you'll see what I typed there. I said, page 2, there are no images of flags. Please put the images of the flags. Okay. And I didn't even notice how bad page 1 was, but I think, there was no images. And that was... And then I was just checking the other one. The other one came out okay. But that was all there. It was just the grammar introduction that I wanted. And this one was the drag and drop. But this one was fine. As you can see, it dragged and dropped fine. That one was fine. So I was just testing it out there. Trying to remember where the fireworks were. Okay, so that was all good, but we're trying to get the flags right. Okay, so we just need the flags, and I pressed enter, and yeah, and you'll see what came up next. I'll replace the SVG flags with an actual flag image for all countries. Okay, so it's busy doing that, thinking. Perfect, now it's done the images. Okay, and now we've got something that actually looks like flags. That's a huge improvement. Okay, but look, still no flags on page 2. So now I've got to tell it again. It's fine for the first page, but please on page 2 match flags, use the images, right? we go. Now we've got our flags. They are not dragging, but at least we've got flags. And then you can actually publish your own site and give it a name, which is what I was doing there, and I called it a name. And then it goes preparing your website. And yeah, you can see it's operational and it's working. Yay. Okay, so yeah, I taught the flags. The only problem here is that it's not dragging correctly the way I want it, but what I think I'm going to do tomorrow is just get them to draw a line. It's not dragging the way I want it. And then this is, you know, you teach the vocab first, and then see, this one's better. It's all mixed up, you know. I'm starting to wonder if this thing gets tired and it gets worse. Fly kites, board games, okay, yay, okay, so you get the idea. It is a bit of a thing where you just have to keep prompting it to get what you want, but if you get the idea, it can be fun. So I hope you guys have fun. Yeah, thank you for watching.